I would like to share a video on what real letting go is. I was talking to a student the other day, and he expressed how he had let go of the busy mind, and he'd let go of painful emotions and so on. And I said, "Have you really let go of everything?" And he went, "Wow, that's interesting. Am I supposed to let go of everything?" So I want to really dive into this aspect of letting go. You might be surprised that actually real letting go is not just letting go of difficult emotions or pain in the body or painful experiences. Real letting go is total surrender, or the letting go of all things. It's not the surrender of one thing, but the surrender of all things. It involves relinquishing control and surrendering completely without selectively choosing what to let go of. For example, you may notice tension in your shoulders, and you may say to yourself, "I'm going to let go of this tension." This is not real letting go, because letting go is not the release of a specific thing. We create a letting go of a specific thing, which is actually a contraction. And it's not true letting go, because it involves creating a separation between what we want to release and ourselves. And this selective release actually reinforces a sense of self, a contraction, rather than a general or genuine surrender. Letting go can be tricky. It can be a tricky undertaking because it's an all or nothing proposition. It's a total surrender. Either we surrender everything or we surrender nothing. And as you hear this, you may be thinking, this is hard to achieve. But it is actually very easy. All that is required is the will in the moment to let go completely. The moment that we have this will to surrender or let go, we are surrendered. The tricky part of it is to remain surrendered. We've all done this for moments. So the kind of tricky thing is to remain in this letting go or surrendered state. Before I go on, it's important to understand that this will to let go comes from our true nature, and it's not our personal or egoic will. Before I go on, it's important to understand that this will to let go comes from our true nature and not from our personal will. Therefore, the very act of willing it is our doing it. We can choose to let go completely in any moment, and it will remain in effect until we choose to grasp or resist again. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do some exotic practice that will prepare us to let go in some future moment. We can let go right now. Total surrender may not look like what our egoic mind imagines it to be. So adopting a state of not knowing or a beginner's mind can be helpful in approaching this real letting go. We can start by letting go of our ideas about what total surrender should look like or feel like. In reality, it simply manifests as it is, without conforming to any of our expectations. We can let go in this moment and stay in this let go state or surrendered state. We can observe the tendency of the mind to want to move out of this state and start grasping and resisting again. Try it right now in this moment. Simply surrender to whatever is present in your field of experience. Now notice the peace and stillness that naturally arises with this. Simply rest here. If the mind jumps in with some form of grasping or resistance, notice this too. This is what total surrender feels like. This is what real letting go feels like. It's the total surrender of all things rather than the letting go of one thing. I hope you found this video on real letting go helpful. I have a free ebook which goes into more details on these kinds of practices. A link is in the description. I hope to see you very soon. Take care and be well, everyone.